How to date a Gemini man. Gemini is often the enemy of men, while simultaneously being the friend to many. He is a powerful sign that is mostly underrated, and many people blow him off as being weak-willed and too unpredictable to date. However, this is the core essence of Gemini, and it is one of the things that make them excellent lovers in all areas of life. If you find yourself in love with a Gemini man and you are struggling to figure out how to do this, you have found the right video. The following tips are directly from a Gemini himself and will explain to you how they prefer being loved and dated. Make sure to watch the video till the end. Number 1. He is adventurous. One of the most important things for the Gemini man is the fact that he is adventurous. He hates being bored and often struggles with staying in for too long. He wants to be out and about and around people with whom he can converse. If you are dating a Gemini man, the last thing you should do is try to tie him down and force him into one specific behavior. He will naturally self-destruct the relationship and find a way to escape. Let him be and try to join him in this fun life that his mind has created. Number 2. He is actually more loyal than you think. Many think that the Gemini man only thinks about himself and he doesn't truly have any real loyalty to others. This is completely false, and when it comes to those he holds dear and trusts, the Gemini man will take a bullet. This also includes his close friends, and many women try to create a wedge between them. Never try to keep a Gemini man away from his friends. If he spends too much time with them, you are better off talking to him about it. Gemini men are great communicators, and will always try to see it from your point of view. Number 3. He loves unconventionally. If you are the type of person who expects roses and gifts, you might not like dating a Gemini man. These men are not the greatest at choosing gifts, especially when things need to be planned ahead of time. He loves doing the unexpected. Instead of gifts, you might find yourself on lavish dates, or even a midweek road trip. They tend to be impulsive, and always try to think outside of the box when it comes to treating their partners or showering them with gifts. Number 4. Not great with emotions. The female Gemini tends to be much more adept at dealing with the emotions of the people around them. However, men are a bit different, and most Gemini men tend to avoid hard emotional conversations to rather do something. If you plan on having an emotional conversation with a Gemini man, you will need to exercise some patience, as these men don't have the love of the other signs for doing so. They would much rather live a pragmatic lifestyle that requires them to do stuff instead of talking about emotions. They also enjoy the occasional fun fact. Number 5. His mind can change quickly. The Gemini man will settle more into a normal way of thinking as he ages, but for the most part, he chooses to think on his feet and follow his heart when doing so. He might think one way now, but when you ask him the same question a couple of days later, the Gemini man might feel different about it. This is just how he thinks. This can be very frustrating in a relationship, but you will notice that this mostly applies to the most trivial of things, and should you allow him to do so with his mind. It is through this method of thinking that he makes mistakes and learns from them to ultimately become a better human being. Number 6. He loves intellectually stimulating conversations. Now, we all know Gemini men love to talk. In fact, they can often talk so much that you become frustrated with listening to them. However, they like a good debate and talking about intellectual topics. Since Gemini can absorb information rapidly, they might always have an opinion about everything. The Gemini man is a great person if you want to learn something new, and if you can teach them something, it will earn you even more points in their book. Try to avoid overly emotional conversations and focus on their curiosity. You will make them like you in no time. The Gemini man is a tricky kind of person to date, and this is often what people dislike about them. However, they have so much love and knowledge to share. However, if this sounds like too much of a challenge for you, you should check out how to date some of the other signs on this channel.